Hello, Steve Fletcher here, and welcome to the Vinyl Corner for September 2023. We're going to do Vinyl Corner for all the purchases I've made this month, as well as the archive pull. We've got to the letter G, so we're going to go through a random selection of all the G vinyl that I've got. Not all the G vinyl that I've got, but just some of the G vinyl that I've got. So I don't need this, so I'm going to pop this away. Now I must confess that September has been a little bit dry, or it was going to be a little bit dry, because what I've done is purchased the forthcoming Dire Straits vinyl box set, which actually isn't coming out until November. It's a live vinyl box set covering the entire span of Dire Straits' live career. Now, I'm not going to get into it too much now. Suffice to say, you're welcome. I'm taking credit for this vinyl box set existing in the first place, because anytime anyone has breathed near Dire Straits' social media things, I've made a comment underneath of it's about time we had a full Dire Straits box set, restoring Alchemy to its full track concert experience, restoring On the Night to its full concert experience. Come on, make it happen. Anyway, and it is happening. So you're welcome. I'm taking all credit for that. So because of that, it was going to be a lean month because I bought, or pre-ordered I should say, from my local record shop, Tallbird Records in Chesterfield, just a shout out to them. Yeah, so I pre-ordered that box set. So September was going to be a lean month when it comes to buying any other new vinyls. That being said, I did go into my local charity shop literally on like the 30th of September, and I just came out with like this stack of singles. So September is now going to be known, for this month anyway, as Singles September. So I'm going to very quickly whiz through what I've got through here. Some of these I bought them for no other reason than they just made me go, ha, I remember that when I was a kid, you know. So I bought these. Some of them I do genuinely find quite interesting. Some are in various states of disrepair, some are not. So we're just going to very quickly whiz through these. The first one, unfortunately, it's not in a sleeve. We've got John Lennon, Just Like Starting Over. Then we got Culture Club, Do You Really Want to Hurt Me? This takes me back to sort of mid-90s, makes me think of The Wedding Singer every time. General Cheese, we've got Any Dream Will Do by Jason Donovan. The thing that I really love about this is it's got the music written on the back. It's got the sheet music on it. I love that. Now there's another one. I don't particularly find Cliff Richard any more or less offensive than anybody else. I don't really need him around my house. What drew me to this, first of all, Saviour's Day is one of the greatest Christmas songs ever. But the thing that drew me to this was it's like in a box. And anyone who's sort of seen vinyl corners of mine previously will know that I'm a bit of a sucker for a box set. So we've got the actual single, and then we've got these sort of copies. We've got these sort of Cliff Richard pictures celebrating all his years in showbiz. So, and I just thought the fact that it's just in this cool little box, and it's actually not in bad condition, and it is, you know, I'm not even going to say even though it's Cliff, because that's just not nice. Saviour's Day is one of the best Christmas songs ever. We then have, getting into the real big guns now, we've got The Girl Is Mine, Paul McCartney and Michael Jackson from the Thriller album, and then we've also got the B-side of Can't Get Out of the Rain, so I thought that was a good one to have. Another one from the childhood, Bangles, Manic Monday. I love this, Islands in the Stream, Kenny Rogers, Dolly Parton, written by the Bee Gees. I am a sucker for the Bee Gees. I absolutely adore them. I think they've written some incredibly good music. This one was, I think this was the first one I saw. This was Don't Stop Me Now by Queen, backed with Bicycle Race. As a lover of Queen, I don't do enough Queen on this channel. I think it's largely because I don't have a red special, so I kind of want to just sort of do that justice. So that's why I don't really do any Queen, or lots of Queen. I have done some. I've done We Will Rock You, I've done Hammer to Fall, I've done a few bits. Every Breath You Take by The Police. This one really caught my eye as well. This is Michael Jackson, Heal the World. The reason this really caught my eye, apart from the fact that I'm a huge Michael Jackson fan, yes, I did see him live. The thing that caught my eye about this is it's the poster. It got a poster with it. Now the fact that this is this is nearly 30 years old. In fact, probably is more than 30 years old now. And that still survived, you know, the rigours of life, intact and in fairly decent condition. I thought, yeah, I'm definitely having that. Cliff, again, but with the young ones. There they are, bless them. Billy Joel, terrible condition, but who doesn't love a bit of Billy Joel? Consider Yourself Formally Rickrolled. We've got Never Gonna Give You Up by Rick Astley. Yet More Culture Club. We've got Karma Chameleon. This one took me right back to childhood. I remember dancing to this at Christmas concerts, Christmas parties and stuff at home. This is Yaz, The Only Way Is Up. Absolutely love it. This, again, took me right back. Berlin, Take My Breath Away. Anyone from my generation just has great nostalgia for this. And the Top Gun soundtrack was the first CD that I bought with my own money when I was a kid. So, there you go. Do They Know It's Christmas by Band Aid. I think I do have over there. I've got the 12-inch version of this. So I thought that was a nice little matching pair. This is weird. What it says on the packet here, it says Green Green Grass of Home by Tom Jones, but it's not, because what is actually inside the box is Wuthering Heights by Kate Bush. So that's an absolute must as a single. And finally, to match the Band Aid single, we've got We Are the World by USA for Africa. So there you go. So all of that, even though it looks like I've gone mental with my shopping, I haven't. All of that, along with a few DVDs, cost me something like 11 quid. So I love that. I mean, I love charity shopping. The thing I love most about charity shop shopping, is, you know, if you've got sort of the shopping bug, you can go into a charity shop, spend, you know, like 11 quid and come out with like piles and piles and piles of stuff and really feel like you've sated your shopping bug. But that's all I bought that's actually sort of new. They're not new, they're new for me. That's all I've actually bought this month for Vinyl Corner. October, who knows what might crop up. G is we're moving on to the random G pull. I thought, you know, I was looking at this, I thought, well, I've got Peter Green, I've got David Gilmour, but I've done them quite recently in the Vinyl Corner. I don't want to just pull them out again, so I thought I'm going to avoid them. And same ditto with Peter Gabriel. I had a bit of a thing about Peter Gabriel in in a vinyl previous edition of the Vinyl Corner. So I thought what I'll do actually is I'll stick within the same sort of milieu of Peter Gabriel and go to Genesis Town. I love Genesis. I make no bones about it. I love them seriously to a point. I love people sort of usually divide Genesis into the Gabriel era, the Collins era. I don't. I divide them up into the Hackett era and the non-Hackett era, because I do think that the flair seriously went out of Genesis when Steve Hackett left. You know, even with the Gabriel era, you've still got albums like Trick of the Tail and Wind and Wuthering, which are absolutely brilliant. So yeah, I think this idea of Gabriel or Collins is a bit where I think Hackett, no Hackett, is more of a dividing line between the prog and the pop. Obviously, there's a few albums post Hackett which have got a few songs on them that are still proggy. You know, I'm thinking of things like And Then They Were Three. There's the track Snowbound on Then There Were Three, which is still quite proggy, but yeah, still getting very poppy. But still, anyway, so Hackett, no Hackett. I don't have all the Genesis albums. I do have a decent chunk, and I do just sort of keep at them. And I think they're going to be one of those bands where I do start collecting them new. If Genesis ever came around to sort of doing a mass vinyl, brand new vinyl reissue, like Floyd did a few years ago, I think I would definitely partake of a few shopping trips there. But what we've got is Nursery Crime, the first Genesis album with what is considered the classic lineup of Hackett, Gabriel, Rutherford, Collins and Banks. The previous album before this, which was Trespass, Doesn't have Hackett on it, doesn't have Collins on it. Still a great album, I just don't have it yet. So we've got Nursery Crime, we've got Foxtrot, which I've just seen performed live in full by Steve Hackett. Obviously features Supper's Ready, so worth it for that alone. Genesis Live, which doesn't feature Supper's Ready. Selling England by the Pound, brilliant album. Again, saw Steve Hackett do that one live. The Lamb Lies Down on Broadway, one of the greatest story-based concept albums of all time. Banks and Rutherford have gone on record, and Collins quite a bit of sort of deriding this album. They can bugger off. It's absolutely brilliant, and I would advise anyone to get it and immerse yourselves in it. Trick of the Tail, Wind and Wuthering, and there ends. Following, Seconds Out, saw Steve Hackett do this live as well. In fact, the Blu-ray of Steve Hackett doing this, I'm on it because I was in the audience when that Blu-ray was recorded. So we've got Seconds Out, that marks the end of Steve Hackett. So then we've got, and then there were three: the Duke album, the Genesis album, and the We Can't Dance album. So no, I don't have all the Genesis, but my word, I do have a fairly decent representation there, I think. So that's it, boys and girls. I know it's only a short one, but what can you do? Sometimes that's the way it rolls. Please don't forget to like this video. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Help me grow my online business, and we'll see you next time. Thank you very much. Goodbye.